The GCN show this week features a 3,500 kilometre single stage race, plus a wrap up of all of the big pro racing.
We've got Caption of the Week, Tweet of the Week, Tech of the Week, and something a little bit more extreme.
Ooh. The week-long Eneco Tour took place last week in the Netherlands and Belgium, and last year's winner Zdenek Stybar of Omega Pharma Quickstep started off well, taking a stage win and the leader's jersey in the process. However, he crashed out at the end of stage 4, being involved in a nasty collision with the foot of a barrier.
Now, for a long time, the race was a ding-dong battle between Tom Dumoulin and Lars Boom, but neither they nor anyone else could have envisaged that young Tim Wellens of Lotto Belisol would trump them on the penultimate stage, taking both the stage win and the leader's jersey. Now, his team defended it successfully over the final stage, giving him the overall victory.
Meanwhile, down in France, the Tour de Land marked a return to competition for Mark Cavendish, also of Omega Pharma Quickstep. He was on lead-out duties at the race, and his team duly took 3 out of the 5 stages. However, the overall honours went to Bert-Jan Lindemann of the Rabobank Development Squad.
Last week we reported the exploits of Mike Cotty's incredible 1,000-kilometre ride across the Alps in just 53 hours. Well, this week in the endurance world, the London to Istanbul transcontinental race is taking place.
In fact, it's already taken place for a few. The Belgian rider Christophe Alaquet dominated it, covering the 3,400 kilometres in an astonishing time of 7 days and 23 hours.
And the race harks back to the earliest bike races, where riders were covering huge distances and completely self-supported. It pays homage to those courageous souls and those early grand tours and the adventurous spirit. Do you fancy it, Dan?
No. Last week's Caption competition was this photo of Raphael Maika next to a cuddly toy bee. And the winner of the competition is Stuart Marler, who said this: "We're ready to take your bee sample now, Mr. Maika." Can you see what he did there?
That's clever, clever. This week, we'll give you a photo of Lars Boom disappearing down an alleyway. And my effort? Racing on Dutch roads is always dangerous, but the Eneco Tour has taken things to extreme this year. Can we not have any Matt Stevens laughter this time? I can't get to sleep at night. I keep hearing it.
Just doesn't deserve it, really.
Well, no, it's pretty funny, mate. That was funny.
To us, it's always seemed like a match made in heaven, but it's almost taken 5 years for GARMIN and STRAVA to officially start working together.
Now, if you've got a Garmin with Bluetooth capabilities, you can already upload your rides immediately after you've finished. But now, if you so wish, you can connect with your STRAVA account so it will upload onto there directly as well, which may go some way to explaining why several GCN presenters are now back on Strava.
To connect the 2 accounts, simply head to strava.com, click on Upload, then Devices, then you'll see the Garmin Connect sign there, and you'll be able to do it. The Vuelta a España starts this weekend, so it's the perfect time to watch our preview show where we detail the riders taking part, the parkour, and also what type of alcohol should be drunk for each of the regions that the race visits.
Any excuse, hey Dan?
Any excuse?
Any excuse.
Any excuse?
Now, we also give our very succinct predictions, except for Matt, however. As Killian Matt commented, do you think he was getting an award or something? I've seen shorter Oscar speeches. Now, at least, unlike the Oscars, there were no tears this time.
Well, that's not strictly true, actually. I think apparently Matt was crying because we put fast forward on him.
Detailed bit of reviewing I've done.
The US Pro Challenge kicked off on Monday, and despite only being in its 5th year, it's already rivaling the Tour of California as the biggest race on US soil.
Last year's winner, TJ Van Garderen, returns to defend his title, but he'll be facing some stiff opposition from the likes of Tom Danielson and Rafa Maika.
The race will also mark an end to the long and illustrious career of Jens Voigt. The 42-year-old has decided to hang up his wheels once the race reached its conclusion in Denver on Sunday, but no doubt he'll be receiving as much attention there as the race winner himself. Assuming, of course, that Jens doesn't win the race.
Now, that brings us nicely on to Tech of the Week. Trek have painted up a beautiful custom Madone to celebrate Voigt's last outing. It features a tally of the number of riders that Jens has crushed in breakaways over the years, and a little montage of both teams and races that Jens has ridden. Now, Trek have apparently spent a week polishing up this bike to its superb chrome finish.
And they've also supplied him with matching shoes and a matching helmet.
Presumably then, Trek have spent a week polishing Jens Voigt's helmet.
Well, yeah, you'd have thought so. I mean, last thing you want is a dirty helmet, isn't it?
It's true.
His team have also supplied him with some modified kit, printing across the back of his shorts, "One last time." Really taking one for the team again there.
He must really be ready for that stiff opposition.
Which leads us nicely onto our GCN Strava Club. Now this week we're giving the second place the top honours in our longest distance ridden over the 7 days. That is Roberto Romagnoli with 1,023 kilometres. That's because the guy in the top place, Rahim Maui, appears to have been doing group rides with himself, presumably uploading 2 devices. Sneaky, we're on to you. We don't accept that sort of behaviour here at GCN.
Go a bit faster, please. A bit more now, I've got to beat Lopez.
Now, the longest ride of the week is Mario Fonseca, who covered half of Portugal. And the most amount of climbing was Brian Toon, who racked up 20,745 metres of ascent in Alabama. Daniel Lloyd, meanwhile, languishes down in 4,065th place with 11 kilometres ridden.
Ride with the kids, mate.
Well, you put it on Strava.
Yeah, I'm down with the kids. 11 Ks.
Now, if you want to join GCN's Strava Club, just go to Strava, search for Global Cycling Network in the clubs and just sign up. It's completely free. You can compete with Daniel Lloyd.
Back to pro racing now, and we shall continue with the Arctic Tour of Norway, the first stage of which was the most northerly finish of any cycle race ever. It was won by the local favourite Lars Petter Nordhaug, but it was his teammate at Belgian, Steven Kruijswijk, who ran away with overall honours.
Meanwhile, in the women's event, Marianne Vos won both the prologue and the final stage, but it was her Rabo-Liv teammate, Anna van der Breggen, who won the overall. Nairo Quintana competed in his first race since the Giro at the Vuelta a Burgos last week. He started exactly where he finished, winning Stage 3's summit finish and taking the overall honours.
Thus showing that he's well on his way to winning every jersey at the Vuelta, just as I predicted. And last but by no means least, the 11-day Vuelta a Colombia finished on Sunday, the closest finish that the race has ever had. Oscar Sevilla of Spain took the overall honours by a single second, only after taking a 3-second bonus on the very final stage, leaving local rider Luis Camargo in distraught second place.
Tweet of the week this week comes from Lars Bohm. For sale, Recaro Baby Zen, complete, only used 3 times and almost brand new, plus Isofix and Recaro Maxi Cozy.
Now Lars made this tweet on the morning of the 5th stage of the Eneco Tour. He was in the leader's jersey, but later that day he lost that jersey to Tom Dumoulin. Now we cannot confirm or deny rumours that that was due to the fact that he was made an offer down that home finishing straight.
On GCN this week, on Monday our roadside repair is how to repair an inner tube. Tuesday we're already 3/4 of the way through the GCN show, and on Wednesday how to improve your riding position.
On Thursday, we'll talk you through our top 10 GC riders to watch out for at the Vuelta, and on Friday, we'll have our first feature from that race. It will be of Matt Stevens though, so it could be on anything. And finally, on Saturday, it's our pro bike day. This week, we'll have a proper pro bike.
Hang on a minute, it was a pro bike just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, a bit naff though. Simon promised you something extreme to finish with this week, and it comes in the form of the Red Bull Joyride in Whistler, Canada, which was won by Brandon Semenuk.
Now, whatever you do, be careful if you search for that name on Google. Anyway, Brandon put in an incredible final run to dominate the event. We'll take you through it now.
There he goes then, putting his glasses on, ready for this descent.
Oh, he's not going down anywhere, Dan. He's riding on a boardwalk. Oh, good wheelie.
Whoa, that was a gnarly jump.
Ready.
Oh, where's he going?
Oh my word.
word.
Backflip onto a 360.
Yeah, 360 left side.
Goodness gracious me, another backflip with something else thrown in.
Yeah, turn the handlebars mid-air there. That's kind of the same line I would have taken down that part.
Oh, goodness me.
Oh.
He nearly banged his head.
He ended up on the roof.
Oh, my word. Nice line. Is that another whip, Dan?
Yeah, that's exactly the same line I took down that part of the course.
But yeah, that was awesome. Do you fancy having a go at that, Dan?
No. That's all for this week. Don't forget to share and like our videos.
That's if you actually like them. If you dislike them, don't click on the like button. That'd be a bit weird.
Obviously. We haven't got a dislike button, have we?
Yeah, there is.
There is there?
Yeah, there is, yeah.
How's that? I wonder why it was going mental for your pro bike video. Alright, one last time. Ad lib.
Restart.
His team have also supplied him with some modified kit, printing across the back of the shorts one last time. Really taking one for the team again there.
We must be ready for some stiff competition. Oh dear.